Recovering Queen, the Queen fan podcast where we talk about and play the songs we love. With Jay, Matt, and Ian.
Welcome to Recovering Queen, the Queen podcast where we take a famous or not so famous Queen song, do a cover version of the Queen song, and then talk about what we've learned about the methods and the madness of the greatest band of all time, ever. Queen. My name's Ian, and with me, as ever, are Jay and Matt. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good morning, Ian and Matthew.
Oh, yeah, no, it is morning. Jay's forced us to get up in the morning to do this. So Ian's super croaky and because he's been a boozing.
Yeah, a little bit tender today, so go easy with me, guys.
Yeah, it was something like the 20th take for the intro there.
Well, we got there in the end.
But yeah, Ian, what I'm saying is, because alcohol is a depressive, don't try suicide today.
Okay, good bit of advice there.
Good bit of advice.
So, which track are we talking about this morning?
Oh, by coincidence, actually, we're going to be doing "Don't Try Suicide."
Oh, yeah, off of the game, the Freddie Mercury classic, or is it? We will find out. So, "Don't Try Suicide." What do we make of this curiosity?
Well, let's ignore the lyrics just for a bit, because I think that's going to be obviously the talking point, major talking. What do you think of the music, Jay? What do you think of that bluesy funk that they've got going on?
Well, I kind of like it. It's I kind of like. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this song is. I love it. It feels like a little bit of scat. It feels like Freddie. I don't know how you write songs like this. It's like, is it just a vibe you get in the studio and then you just like a little bit of drums, you got it, a little bit of guitar, you got it, and I don't know how it works. It feels to me very organically put together and unusual. It's another in the unusual camp. I think that's two now. So yeah, I like it. I think it's funky. Haven't got much to say about this song yet.
reminds me of like it's been taken out of like West Side Story or a musical.
Yeah. It's definitely got that sort of walking towards the front of the stage, clicking your fingers
and kind of describing what's going on, and very a number of narrators would be on this talking to each other on the stage or on the screen, whichever, and then they launch into a big song and dance in the middle and a big chorus. It just seems a very odd song for Queen to have put on the game to me.
Yeah, it's got that rockabilly thing though, hasn't it? There's a sort of, it is like you said, West Side Story. It's got a bit of, it's got that rockabilly kind of element to it. I mean, the crazy thing about this song, and I only realised it when we're doing the cover, is the first verse. There's virtually no lyrics, so the sort of song structure itself is totally weird in that respect, in the fact that it's not really written around lyrics. It's written around a vibe, with the choruses obviously very, very basic chord progression and a chorus over the top that's like very obvious. Musically, musically, I don't get on with it. It actually makes me feel slightly queasy. That do. It's like, oh no, it's hot, ching with and it's like the worst thing is, it's actually like a really crap Walking on the Moon as well, which was only 3 months before it, or for thereabouts before it.
Right.
So I reckon they did hear that. It's like, yeah, we love this Police vibe, and then do that kind of like, which is like a really poor attempt at Walking on the Moon.
Yeah, I can definitely hear that in it actually, but yes, I'd put. Is it Sharks and Jets? West Side Story.
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah. So I'd put that down in my notes, and but I just could imagine, especially when you were talking about it then, Ian, is when that chorus comes up with like all the sort of yellow and red and blue umbrellas coming out, as sort of don't try. and everyone dancing. And I think that would be a fantastic opportunity. I think that they should have like crowbarred that in to the Seven Seas of Rye musical. The We Will Rock You.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. It's curious that it didn't make it to the We Will Rock You musical.
It's kind of made for the stage almost, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
that is weird.
It's oven ready for the stage.
But wasn't it written for one of his friends or something that was...
Well, yeah, it's David Minns again, isn't it? So David Minns claims Love of My Life, You Take My Breath Away, Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy, and this as songs written about him.
Wow.
Obviously, I think the Love of My Life that is probably not. That's probably is What's Her Face?
Mary.
What's her face? Yeah. Couldn't think of her name then, but that's that it's 9:30 in the morning, so God knows. So yeah, Mary, but I think probably the other three are. The timings are right because when Freddie dumped David, he was suicidal.
Right.
Which
didn't he actually try suicide? Wasn't he in hospital? I heard.
Oh, I don't know. If he was, then if we are to get onto the lyrics, the lyrics are wildly inappropriate. I mean,
well, okay. But is there anything more to say then about the music before we do get onto those? I agree with you in the Police vibe. I never saw it at the time in that way, but yeah, since listening to it and comparing it does have that stripped back feel, doesn't it, of walking on the moon?
And I really like the original guitar solo. I think that he's got a really kind of he's leaning into that Crazy Little Thing Called Love, bluesy rockabilly guitar solo, and there's some great bits, and like Freddie's like sort of whatever it is. Who's the pianist? Is it what's the name of the guy that plays like that? That kind of digga.
Jules Holland?
No, well, yeah.
Just when you don't want him to.
No. Originally, who's
like Fats Domino?
Fats Domino, yeah. Yeah, but it's
Little Richard. No, Cliff Richard.
No, who's the guy that was a little bit dubious with who married like a 15-year-old?
Oh, what's his name? Yeah, the killer. Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah,
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah. He does it a bit, doesn't he? So yeah, it's from that era, isn't it? And Freddie does a great job there. His rhythmic control on the piano is superb. Like it's just brilliant, isn't it? I think rhythmically he's a great player.
Well, that whole boogie woogie section for me is actually really good and quite exciting. I think they do. I think they do a really good job on that. And then it all resolves back into so you think.
For that solo, is Brian on a Telecaster again there, or will that be his Red Special? Do you think?
Do you know what? I actually don't know, but it definitely doesn't have that single coil feel that Crazy Little Thing Called Love does.
No,
there was more effort in Crazy Little Thing Called Love. It reminds me a bit like Man on the Prowl, where it's like the Man on the Prowl is like a really lazy version of Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Yeah. I think really this section hasn't had the same effort that Crazy Little Thing Called Love has in terms of getting it authentic and right.
Yeah,
I don't think, or it's just the magic of a great song, isn't it? Crazy Little Thing Called Love is a great song. This really isn't. So it's like you're kind of polishing a turd right at the beginning.
Yeah.
So
there's not much for them to do, really, is there? Especially Brian and Rog. It's not particularly busy for them, is it?
No, but when they do come in, they do their bit really, really well. Yeah. I think, as a band perform, but that's, Queen on the Game, they really are at the peak of their kind of playing for the song and really sort of being quite economic with their playing as well. They're not showing off. They're not trying to be clever, but they're showing that they're just great band players, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think this is another song that represents that. Yeah. That you could get 4 of those guys in a studio and they'll be able to knock out a pretty decent rock song, rockabilly song, or whatever style they want. They're almost like a session band at that point. Yeah, they're that good.
And as you say, it does really sit well on the Game. I think it's a curious song structure, but it does fit in with the vibe of the album.
Oh yeah, it fits in with that. Yeah, the 50s rockabilly thing. So it's fine, isn't it? I mean, it's definitely fits on the game, but I would argue it's the game's worst track.
Yeah, I think so.
Coming soon, sort of obviously, but is vying for that top spot or bottom spot.
Yeah.
Well, I meant to look at the track listing for the game just to see if it was the worst song on there, but I don't know why I put the game lyrics in, or maybe a computer did it for me. But that's a news flash coming in.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually David Minns did actually take an overdose. I've got it in my notes here, and apparently. He was having his stomach pumped. Was it Jim Beach, manager at the time?
Mm-hmm.
He rang to say that Freddie was, no longer interested, and so I think David Minns had quite a lot of hostility towards, Freddie in general, and they were sort of saying, "Don't go to the press," or don't tell anyone anything about the relationship or anything. And I don't know if there was some blackmail involved or some money, but it sounded all a bit distasteful. But I mean, I don't know. That's like, I don't really know David Minns, but that's what he wrote in his book. So make of that what you will. I did see one, as we're getting onto the lyrics a little bit, I did see one review, and this is a review from Jan from London on Song Facts that I thought was interesting. It said, "Wow, what a buffoon Freddie was. To come up with such idiotic, childish lyrics on this theme and sing them in this cheerful, catchy way is so totally him. Sometimes he was just clueless."
Well, I mean, it's not clueless. I mean, it's genuinely. I mean, it's genuinely the only song where you could say, "Freddie, you've been an absolute dick on this." Because I mean, yeah, it's like it's so wildly. And if you've got friends or anything that have committed suicide or tried to commit suicide, it's not the thing that you would play them, is it? And you certainly wouldn't play it at the funeral of someone who committed suicide. I mean, it's just, and it's certainly not us. If one of my students came in and I could spot that, that they needed some form of intervention, I wouldn't send them this via email and expect to have my job the next day, put it like that.
No, I mean, it is interesting because I saw a lot of, in the researching for this track, I saw a lot of comments and people were going both ways with it. Some people were like, this track actually really helped me. Other people was just like this, as you say, wildly inappropriate. I mean, my own personal take on it is, when I used to listen to this when I was younger, it like every other song, it made no impression on me whatsoever. and I would be happily singing it going down the road with my, Walkman on it. Don't try to, and absolutely loving it. So
through the Kingfisher shopping centre, up the escalators.
Well, exactly. I didn't even connect with these lyrics. I have connected with some of Freddie's lyrics, and they're the emotional ones, but with something like this, I mean, I'm embarrassed to say almost that it just didn't make a mark on me, and probably still doesn't. And I don't know why. I don't know whether it's because it is so incongruent, because the music is so incongruent to the lyrics. Maybe the emotion in the music is what I respond to. But yes, I don't know what to make of these lyrics if you actually look at them in the cold light of day.
Well, I mean, I would have thought that particularly if you're part of a community that is well known for its high suicide rate, it's not exactly good, is it? I mean, I've been trying to justify it all morning, thinking, but Freddie was so ace. But I genuinely think this is like it's a pretty major misstep. But maybe it's the era as well that's kind of slightly weird. And in fact, here's a really interesting one that I sort of dug up from that era. Is 1988. Remember the film Heathers with Winona Ryder?
Yeah.
There's a song in that called Teenage Suicide, Don't Do It. And it's really similar to this. It's got a kind of really similar vibe, as the the film's kind of set in that kind of 50s rockabilly era as well. And so it's got a really similar vibe, but it's by it's like a fake band called Big Fun in the movie by this guy called Don Dixon. And so it's like there's got that song in the Heathers movie, specifically written for the movie, but it's really similar to this to "Don't Try Suicide," and it's got the brackets thing and everything. So it's like
that could be somebody being influenced by the song, which came out a lot earlier.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking it is a nod to the head to that song, and maybe they couldn't get the license for that song for the film, or maybe they maybe thought that the song was too inappropriate and needed a little bit of a rework.
Yeah.
But obviously it's not from the 80s era. Suicide wasn't being treated as seriously as it is now.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I think that's it, isn't it? But particularly, and this was teenage suicide as well.
Well,
Heather's film.
that Heather's film, I mean, it's pretty dark the whole way through, isn't it? I mean, it's all about, murders as well, isn't it? Suicide and college murders and stuff like that. So in the context of the film, you can kind of see, well, that's probably okay to have it in there. But as we said, you know, this Freddie's lyrics here, you just think, what's he thinking? some kind of in joke or so. I just don't.
Well,
get it.
I mean, I guess it is. If you write it off as British dark humour, you might just get away with it, mightn't you? It's like it's that kind of
and if that's the humour that he and David shared, perhaps that.
You know,
you
but yeah, it's pretty. You know, to sort of write someone's suicide bid off as attention seeking and or prick teasing. It's like it's just it's pretty. I don't know what on earth he was thinking.
No.
Absolutely. I do think that there's probably context is the key here, and yes, I'm sure if you were to ask Freddie at the time about the issues of suicide, or maybe he would be like, well, you know, what's the bloody point? You know, I don't know, but I can't think anything bad of Freddie. So I don't have that programming, so I can only assume there was a contextual layer to this that maybe just doesn't resonate now, because you say, you know, we all talk about mental health now, or most of us do now, or hopefully most of us do, and it's something that we take a lot more seriously. But maybe this was the start of people trying to talk about these issues, and they didn't know how to go about it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, I mean, I would always come at something that I'm unsure of with a healthy dose of humour.
Well, that's a very British response, isn't it?
Yeah, which I think this is probably, and I think that's would explain the sort of catchy, upbeat cat styles of the music, that he's coming at it with a sort of laconic kind of approach. So yeah, I'm always going to give Freddie the benefit of the doubt.
Well, I suppose it's subversive, isn't it? And Freddie is always subversive, isn't he? I mean, it's always subversive in a kind of subtle way. So I guess we have to kind of give him that. It's just that, you know, recently, obviously, Brian May was on some John Robbins show talking about suicide. So Brian May himself has been suicidal. It's clear that probably John Deacon is as well, or has been at some point. Yeah. And it's like, well, you know, so Freddie's even got two members in his band who suffer from depression. Suicide isn't just about your kind of inner feelings, is it? Well, it's just wildly inappropriate. We could have a podcast about suicide, but I definitely don't want to go there because it's a really complex issue. You're right, actually, Jay. I think that's a great point that that people were trying to talk about it, but just didn't know how.
Yeah, I mean, they're a band at the end of the day, aren't they? You know, he's not putting out a political statement. This isn't the new Labour policy.
It's hard to think of a song that would actually help with suicide as well, isn't it? It's hard to think that someone could write a song that would help you.
Well, I don't know. I think music probably is one of the places that you go when you feel dark, and that it does help you.
But not directly. As in, you wouldn't write a song that's somehow a kind of reaching out to people who you're writing songs, that are supposed to be emotional and connecting with people and making them happier or helping them understand their feelings of sadness and stuff. But I mean, like as a direct.
So do you mean if someone's standing on a bridge about to jump and they say, "Well, don't send in a police officer to talk him down.
Just
send in a
song.
This track.
Yeah, send in this song.
Yeah.
Send in Judas Priest.
Ram it down.
Better by you, better by me."
Yeah. So no, but I think my point stands. I think music really does reach people that are suicidal. I think that music is that deep and is that profound. And certainly at the sort of lowest points of my life, music tracks have just been, they've wrapped me up in a blanket and kept me safe. I would say at certain times. So I don't see why that wouldn't be true of this issue. But yeah, it maybe is. If you've only got 2 minutes to go to stop somebody to intervening, then don't play this song.
No, not this particular one.
No.
So they never played it live, so it wasn't going out there politicizing it or using it as advice to his fans at all. So no live performances at all, as far as I'm aware.
It's funny, isn't it? All 4 of them never pointed out to Freddie that it was inappropriate, so they all got behind it. It's not like a Freddie solo. He's just done it all on his own.
No.
But yeah. I think it gets us round to the scoring, though. I've got a horrible feeling about the scores for this one.
Yes. For me, it is a 2.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 2, and it's almost a 1 because of the. But I'm going to put it in context. I'm going to put it in historical context. 2. Jay?
I feel wildly inappropriate now. So I think it's a 6.
I think that's fair. I think if you know,
it's. I like the track. I don't know why. I like the upbeatness of it. It's and I suppose I like subversive things as well. I like things that make you think, or not that this makes me particularly think until we've had this podcast. But there's something about it that I find interesting. So yeah, it's not one of their best tracks, but yeah, I think it's a good album track.
Yeah, it's funny because even if it wasn't the lyrics, even the music would make me give it a 2. Just the, it's really not my bag at all. Yeah.
I'm going to be. I've got to say something though before we finish. I don't know if I'm being heavily influenced by your version, Matt, because I think it's your greatest contribution to music. Because I mean, okay, you did do well on the Bohemian Rhapsody, and I can see the effort that's gone into that and the skill and all the rest of it. But you've surpassed yourself on this one. I love it.
Yeah,
I absolutely love it.
Definitely an improvement on the original for me. That's for sure. It's a great cover version.
Yeah. Well, it was fun. Yeah, it's like injecting that fun. I mean, let's face it. If I was to do a straight cover of it, it would be horrible. Because actually, I think it'd be quite hard to get the sound of it. I think you'd be really hard pushed to kind of get all those different nuances without a nice big studio space. But yeah. Well, thanks, Jay. Jay. That's very, very nice of you.
So here it is, Matt's interpretation of "Don't Try Suicide."
Your wrist this time, baby, when you do it, all you do is get on my tits. Don't do that, try, don't do that, try, baby, don't do that, got a good thing going on, don't do it, don't try suicide, nobody's worth it, don't try suicide, nobody cares, don't try suicide, you're just gonna hate it, don't try suicide, nobody gives a damn. Suicide, suicide, suicide me. Suicide, suicide, suicide me. Suicide. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, babe. Don't do it, don't do it, don't. Don't do it.